Hey, this is Dave with Taboo Customs. This video today, we are going to be restarting a project that we've done a few videos on in the past, and that is the 1980 CJ5 that we have behind us. Now, if you've been keeping up with our channel, you probably know that we have moved shops, we've moved our house, we started building a house, and that's what put this project here on pause. Now, we have been using the Jeep runs, drives, we've been using it as a plow Jeep here where we're at, but now we want to go ahead and get started with that project. So what we're going to do today is we are going to walk through, talk about what our plans are for this Jeep, and then we will just run through a time lapse as we tear this Jeep down, because we want to sync the frame sandblasting of this Jeep with the M715 project. So we're going to go ahead and start tearing this down now. All right, so what we're starting with is your run-of-the-mill, run down, sat in the field for a few years, CJ5 that we purchased and kind of got running, and we've been using it ever since. So obviously it is a CJ5 regardless of how the door opening looks. I've had people sell me on the other videos that that's not a CJ5. I'm telling you, it is a CJ5. Someone modified the door opening to look like that to match a pre-76 top door, which, yeah, there's a whole lot to that. They actually bent the roll bar backwards too to get that to fit. So kind of silly. Anyway, moving forward, like I said, a modernized CJ5 that's easy to drive, comfortable. The reason for that is that eventually here we want to start doing some traveling to some more shows, not only to off-road parks, which a lot of times will take our highly built vehicles out to and wheel. However, those aren't necessarily ready for a lot of road travel. So we want something that we can drive around and enjoy at some of these other places. So that's the plan for this. Now, as far as the modifications, everything will be going away. The body's pretty well shot. Everything, the interior is all shot. We will be rebuilding all of that, replacing all of that. We have a tub outside that is actually it's a pre-76 tub, so we'll be kind of doing some interesting mixing and matching of parts, so we'll have to see how that goes. However, we do have a tub that is in great shape. It got pulled off of a Jeep apparently after it was purchased and then sat in a barn for many years. The plan is up front, we will be doing a V8. We'll be doing a LS V8, a 5.3, 03 I believe it is. Partially because I do have one. I've got one that's got the computer, all the wiring, and basically is ready to go. As far as the transmission, we'll be doing a manual transmission is the plan. I don't know, depends on my wife. I might be swayed to do a automatic so she can drive it, but I would like a manual transmission just because, in my opinion, in a Jeep it is a little bit more fun to drive. Now, as far as the interior, we'll be completely redoing the interior. As I said, modernizing the interior. We probably will do a new HVAC system, may even do air conditioning, might do cruise, especially if we do an automatic transmission, and then completely replacing everything else, probably using Dakota digital gauges, and you know, putting in new seats. Who knows, maybe even we'll do heated seats if I'm going to drive it in the winter. Might be kind of nice. But anyway, we'll be completely redoing the whole Jeep. But first, before we even start that, I've got to get it torn down to the frame so that I can coordinate getting the frame for this Jeep and the frame for that Jeep sandblasted at the same time. So let's get started on that. All right, we've got the tub now off of the frame. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the frame, and then we will wrap this video up. Now, as I think I've mentioned before, the frame is not in too bad of conditions, not in great condition. The front, even for having a snowplow attached to it, actually is really good. I mean, I will probably fix the front part here, and of course, like normal CJs, you can see where someone hooked a chain to it to yank it out of a hole at one point. Obviously, as we took the tub off, you know, the body mount bolts don't come loose. I think we ended up getting one out cleanly, that back right kind of mid one, and the tailgate area did come out cleanly. The others, as expected, just kind of broken off. The front ones don't typically break off, so you got to figure something out. Honestly, the rust hole in the frame there was big enough that once we got the washer popped off of there, it just kind of pulled through it, so that worked out. Of course, like I said, these here can be the biggest pain. This one turned up in the body, so I ended up having to pull the gas tank to go ahead and cut that loose. Anyway, looking at the frame, not too bad, kind of what we expected. You know, the body mounts probably going to have to be replaced. That's not unusual. The frame section here, just in front of the rear tire, not too bad. I mean, we'll make a kit and we'll go ahead and we'll probably plate it, but there's actually not holes through it. The rear section, which also incredibly common, as you can see, that section is bad. You can see how all the metal here has just started to come apart. It looks like a little delaminate is kind of what it looks like. You can see there, the frame just fills up with stuff, and then it kind of just rusts and sort of explodes all of the rust. And so we'll actually take this apart. We'll knock some of that out. We'll have it sandblasted, and then we will go ahead and make some kits up for that. We'll also make a kit to replace this rear cross member, because as usual, same thing with other areas. This is also a very common area that these CJs will rust out in. All right, so that'll do it for this first video of our disassembly of our CJ5 here. Really, we've got the hard part, or the messy part, done, and that is we've got the tub off. Now we can see more clearly what we're dealing with in the frame. We'll probably do another disassembly video where we're working on the drivetrain, pull all that apart, and then we'll even see even better, you know, what that frame looks like once we get everything apart and we can start knocking all that rust loose. And then we'll go ahead and we'll send our frame out, get it sandblasted so that we can see how much good metal we do have, and then start developing some kits off of this. So if you are watching this video and looking for some rust repair kits for your CJ, you know, check out our website, taboocustoms.com. You can email me at dave@taboocustoms.com. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram. Ask us, and we'll see. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, we'll have those kits out there and available. So, thanks for watching. And as always, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated.